The rain began with a gentle patter on the corrugated iron roof of the small, vibrant blue house in Akasa. For 8 years old Tare, that sound was the rhythm of Friday. It was the signal that soon the smell of roasted plantain and fresh fish will fill the air. A scent as comforting and familiar as his mother's smile. Tare's home was not big. It was a simple two-bedroom structure with a small veranda where his father, Papa T, liked to sit and listen to the radio. Their home was just like any other in their humble neighborhood, but inside it was different. It was a haven. Papa T, a fisherman who spent long grueling days on the creek of the Niger Delta, would come home tired but never crossed. He would always greet Tari with a big, booming laugh and a warm hug. Mama Fina, who sold fresh produce at the market, had a way of turning a simple meal into a celebration and a quiet evening into a storytelling session. One evening, after a particular bad day at school, where a bigger boy had pushed him around and called him names, Tari came home with his head bowed. He didn't want to talk about it. He just wanted to disappear in his room. But before he could, Mama Fina called him to the kitchen. "My dear son," she said, her voice soft and inviting, "you are as quiet as a fish on land. What troubles the river today?" Tari hesitated, his lips trembling slightly. He looked at his father, who was cleaning his net on the veranda. Papa T noticed his son's distress and came inside, wiping his hand on his trousers. He didn't demand an answer. He just sat beside Tari and waited. The quiet, non-judgmental space they created for him was an invitation. Slowly, Tari told them about the bully. He spoke of the fear and the shame. His parents didn't lecture him or tell him to be a man. Instead, Mama Fina held him close, stroking his hair, while Papa T listened intently. When Tari finished, Papa T simply said, "A brave heart is not one that never fears, my son, but one that knows his home is safe to heal in." That night, they didn't just stop. They decided to make a plan. The next day, armed with their love and wisdom, they taught Tari how to stand tall, not with aggression, but with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are valued. They role-play scenarios, using humor and firm advice, turning the difficult conversation into a family bonding activity. Years passed. Tari grew into a young man. The little blue house in Akasa remained his anchor. He faced challenges, failure in school, first heartbreak, and the pressure of finding his place in the world. But no matter what, he always knew he had a place to return to. A place where communication was open, respect was a given, and love was the foundation. He saw other families in the community struggle. Homes where angry words were thrown like stones, where children were more like strangers than family, and where the atmosphere was thick with tension. He saw how children carried their weight with them, their spirit timid and their voice quiet. Tari's home was different. It was the launching pad for his dreams. It was the place that gave him the courage to chase his passion for engineering, to leave the comfort of Akasa for the city. And as he packed his bags for his university journey, his parents stood on the veranda, the same spot where Papa T had mended his net and Tari had mended his spirit. "Remember what we taught you," Mama Fina said, her eyes welling up. "Your home is always with you. The love, the respect, the peace. It is what you carry inside." Tari hugged them both, his heart full. He wasn't just leaving a house. He was taking a piece of it with him. He was living with a healthy self-esteem, a loving nature, and the firm belief that he was worthy. He knew he was the product of a positive home, a living testament to the fact that it wasn't the size of the house, but the size of the heart within it that truly mattered. and he carried that lesson with him, not just as a memory, but as a blueprint for the life he would one day build for himself and his own family. Thank you, beloved parents, for stopping by. Kindly like,